Hi everyone, I hope all is well. I got a new toy today. How super exciting is that? Tomorrow's new moon, the start of the Chinese New Year, the fire horse. Apparently it's supposed to mean all kinds of wonderful things. And let's hope that that is true. So I ordered this from Woolcraft in South Africa, where I get my Ashford acid dyes from. They, of course, are the Ashford agent in South Africa. Not the only one, there's one other one. Um, and they have a full range of not only Ashford acid dyes, but Ashford weaving looms and spinning wheels as well. So I have been wanting for quite a while now to get myself a weaving loom, but I was very busy doing knitting projects, crocheting projects, all kinds of other yarn related things. Then I got into dyeing yarn, which I really enjoy thoroughly, as you know. And I decided the other day, well, the next logical step besides getting a sheep is to start weaving. So I did a lot of research. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and this is the loom that I decided on. It's an 80 centimeter Ashford rigid Heddle loom. So I welcome you to unbox and assemble the loom with me. So I'm going to go into a time lapse now, and then I hope you enjoy the journey. Unboxing and assembling my Ashford rigid Heddle loom. And there we are back. That was 48 minutes according to my timer on my camera. And we have an assembled loom. That's not too bad. What do you guys think? So this is the rigid Heddle 80 centimeter or 32 inches for the people from the States. Loom. Let's see if it fits sideways on here. Just. That means my counter must be more or less 80 centimeters. If you've never seen a rigid Heddle loom before, this is what they look like. We have the back side of the loom, the front side of the loom. This is called, this is the Heddle. And it's a rigid Heddle because it's firm, it's stiff. And it has, if you can see here, slots and holes through which the yarn goes. And then by manipulating this Heddle into various positions on here, you can create different patterns in your weaving. That's how woven cloth is generally made. So on this side you'll advance the weave forwards, which is called the warp. So it goes through the Heddle, over the beam, you wind it up, And then the weft is the part that comes right to left. These are called shuttle sticks in various sizes. You may wonder, why on earth do I have such a tiny stick for such a huge loom? It is for doing smaller work within the loom, and if I'm going to weave a narrower piece. Otherwise, I will use the one that comes with the loom, which is this one, which is the width of the loom, and that is for passing the yarn through from one side to the other. You'll see later when I demonstrate and try and weave a piece. So, and these of course your picks for pulling the yarn through the weft, the warp through from one side to the other. The weft goes that way. How I always remember it is warp comes in this direction because one uses a warping board to create the warp, and the weft goes from this side because you go from weft to white. Left to right. That's my silly little way of remembering it. And then here on the end, I don't know if you can see, this is the warping peg. So this I will put way over in the distance, obviously somewhere else, and then the yarn gets wound through here, across there, and back this way. That I'll demonstrate also at some stage how that works. But I think I've kept enough of your time. This is absolutely amazing. Oh, you might wonder why I have so many reeds, they're also called, because they are all different thicknesses. As you can see, this is a 7.5 and this one is a 2.5. So for really chunky yarns, you're going to use that one, and for finer yarns, you're going to use that one, and then for really fine yarns, you're going to use this one. So to be able to have maximum flexibility, I ordered quite a few. And these stunning books, I ordered this book as well. Highly recommended to get it. The Ashford Book of Richard Heddle Weaving by Rowena Hart, which has tons of patterns and advice in. And then they also send us a little book, How to Learn on the Richard Heddle, which is quite sweet. This was to celebrate 90 years of Ashford since 1934, can you believe it? So they're 92 years old already. And this was the very last Wheel magazine that they came out in print form. That was in 2024. From now on, it's all digital. But in here are patterns and designs and all kinds of things. So really more than enough to get you started and keep you busy. I'm probably going to be playing the whole night through, and I might be able to show you a woven piece by the morning, who knows. Only jokes. So thank you so much for coming along on this assembly journey with me and unboxing. Thank you also to the Woolcraft in South Africa in Kommetjie, especially to Shireen and Carly, the owner of Woolcraft, for sending this to me. I really appreciate. Also shout out to Transworld Road Freight for bringing it from South Africa to me, and then to Khan Trucking for bringing it from Windhoek down to Swakopmund. Everybody has played their part in the chain to ensure that my new weaving loom arrives safe and sound. That's it for now. I will check in with you again once I'm doing something creative. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a nice evening. Well, it is evening here. Okay, bye.